I'm a 30-year-old woman, and I have a sister named Reagan who's 2 years older than me. Growing up, Reagan lived for the title of first. First to ride a bike, first to get a phone, first to wear makeup, first to have a boyfriend, first to go to college, first to go to college, first to move out. She made sure everyone knew about it. Even when no one asked, she'd bring it up like she was running some invisible race where only she knew the rules. When I got into the same university as her, just 2 years later, and for a completely different major, she didn't congratulate me. She didn't even pretend to be happy. Instead, she locked herself in her room at our parents' house the entire weekend and refused to come downstairs. I heard from a mutual friend later that Reagan said I was following her around like a shadow. I let it go. I thought maybe it was just stress or insecurity or typical older sibling nonsense. But it didn't stop. If anything, it got worse. When I moved out a year after graduating, I found a small, beat-up apartment 5 miles from where she lived. It was cheap, and I was just starting out. She heard about it and told anyone who'd listen that I was trying to recreate her life. When I adopted a black Labrador, 2 years after she got her golden retriever, she posted on Facebook something like, "Imitation really is the highest form of flattery," followed by a wink emoji. People started joking about it, but not in a funny way. More like those uncomfortable laughs you give when you don't know if someone's being serious or just mean. It became a pattern. She accused, I ignored. She mocked, I moved on. The breaking point came when I got engaged. My fiancé proposed to me on a weekend trip in the mountains. When I told Reagan in a casual phone call, there wasn't even a pause. Her first response was, "Wow, trying to beat me to the altar now? Not congratulations." Not even fake excitement, just another jab. That was the last time I gave her a reaction. After that, I started keeping notes. Not online, not on a shared device, just a plain notebook in my dresser drawer. Every time she accused me of copying her, I'd write it down. The date, what she said, who was there, what led up to it. I didn't confront her. I didn't try to clear things up. I just stopped sharing. No more family group chats updates. No social media posts. I stopped tagging anyone. If someone asked me what I was doing, I kept it vague. It's just working, or same old. But behind the scenes, I was building my own life without her knowing a single thing about it. I planned a small wedding overseas. Not the kind of Instagram spectacle she would have posted about for 6 months in advance. Just a quiet ceremony in a place my husband and I loved. Only 20 people were invited, none of them Reagan. My parents came and I told them plainly not to tell her where or when it was happening. They didn't argue. Reagan found out after the wedding, when she saw our mom's screensaver change to a photo of us standing barefoot in the sand with matching flower crowns. She told our cousin I was sneaky and trying to one-up her without including her. 6 weeks after that, she got engaged to a guy she met at a New Year's party. It was so fast that even our parents were confused. But Reagan claimed they were soulmates and that they'd known from the beginning. She set the date for exactly 11 months after mine. I didn't care. I'd stopped comparing a long time ago. I had a job I loved, a husband who actually liked being around me, and a home that felt like mine. I didn't decorate it based on Pinterest boards or to impress visitors. I just filled it with things that made me feel calm. I didn't need to announce every move I made to get a reaction out of her. But Reagan wasn't done. She started telling people I was jealous of her, that I rushed into marriage just to beat her, that I copied her down to the details. Even claimed I chose my dog's name because it sounded similar to hers. It was insane. I hadn't spoken to her in over a year at this point. I'd blocked her on everything: phone, socials, even email. She had no access to my life at all, but somehow she still managed to make it about herself. Then came the baby race. I found out I was pregnant a few months after our first anniversary. We told our parents privately and asked them not to share it with anyone yet. They respected that. Reagan found out only when I didn't show up to a family brunch because I was in the first trimester and sick nonstop. 2 weeks later, she announced her own pregnancy on her Instagram with a long caption about beating toxic people to the punch and taking back what was copied. At that point, even people who usually took her side started raising eyebrows. My aunt called my mom just to ask if Reagan was okay. But still, I said nothing. I had no interest in turning this into a contest. I just focused on getting things ready for my baby. And that's when I got the idea. If she wanted everyone to compare our lives so badly, maybe it was time they had something real to look at. No accusations. No drama. No speeches. Just the truth, side by side. Let them look. Let them see. Reagan noticed the silence fast. She wasn't used to not being the center of attention, especially mine. For years, she thrived on my reactions. When those stopped, she panicked. Out of nowhere, she sent me a long text talking about how we used to be close and how we should start fresh. I didn't reply. I didn't block her. She was already blocked on everything, but I also didn't open the door again. That window had been closed for a long time.